Hi friends, this is Annie from Anniegurumi, and lately I've just really been in the holiday spirit even though it's only November. But I was browsing my local shopping area and they already have Christmas music up, and I also saw a lot of these little things called Christmas puddings. I've never eaten it before, and I have talked to my friend Emma about it, and it sounds absolutely delicious and it's very festive. And I thought I would make a mini one and show you how to make it. So if you're interested, please stick around and keep watching. The things we will need for this tutorial is some yarns in the colors that we need. We need a brown, a white, a green, and a red. And these are Kartopu Organica from hobiumyarns.com. It's a great yarn. It's very thin and it's going to make a wonderful mini little Christmas dumpling. Did I say dumpling? I meant pudding because I've never had this before. But anyway, these are the yarns that you will need. And for this yarn, you will also need a hook. A 2.25 millimeter is the one that I prefer. This is Clover Amour, sharp scissors, and a stitch marker, as well as a tapestry needle. You also need just the smallest amount of stuffing. Okay friends, grabbing your brown yarn, we are going to make a magic ring. And then go ahead and place 6 single crochets into your magic ring. So I have 6 here, and tighten that just a bit. So for the next round, we are going to increase in every stitch. So go ahead and place 2 single crochets in every stitch around. We're going to do single crochet and then increase in the next stitch, and we're going to repeat that all the way around. Okay, the next one we will do a single crochet in 2 stitches and then increase in the stitch after that. So 1 single crochet and then a single crochet in the next, and then an increase in the stitch after that, and repeat that sequence all the way around. Okay, so for this round we are going to single crochet around for 3 rounds. So go ahead and single crochet around for 3 rounds. This is my first round. And third round. Okay, now we are almost done. So what we will do now is we will single crochet 2. That's my first single crochet, and then single crochet in the next, and go ahead and decrease in the next one. Okay, and repeat that all the way around. Single crochet 2 and then decrease. Next round we will single crochet and decrease. So go ahead and do that. And now is the time that we stuff. So go ahead and open it up and grab your stuffing. And normally I would say stuff firmly, but in this case I think you want a medium-ish stuff because you don't want that yarn to stretch or to show the stuffing too much, because this yarn is so tiny. And I just try to stuff it about, maybe like 80%-ish, so that it's still a little bit squishy. I can add just a little bit more to this, but I noticed that when amis are this small and it's overstuffed, it does not look very good. The giant ones, or not giant ones, compared to this is giant, but I like to stuff firmly. But for this one, I like to stuff, about 80%, so that there is shape, but it still can be manipulated a little bit. So now we are on our last round, and we're just going to decrease all around, and then we'll move on to the icing. So go ahead and decrease all around. Sometimes that stuffing can get in the way, you just tuck it aside. And go ahead and cut and take that out. Now if you feel like it's not stuffed enough, there's still a little tiny opening that you can add more stuffing to it if you'd like, but I'm okay with this. And let's see, go ahead and weave in all of your ends. So now this is the end I like to put the icing on top of, because I think the, actually it doesn't really matter, but I think the magic ring side looks so nice, but it's really up to you. It doesn't matter which end you put it in. Actually the top end will look nice too, but I've always kind of preferred putting it on the bottom. So after you're done with this, we're going to get started on the icing. So let's go ahead and do that and set this aside. Oh, also I forgot to mention, you want to like pinch it just a little bit so that it's more of a pancakey type shape. Grabbing your white yarn, and it's very similar to what we were just doing. So going to magic ring 6 single crochets into your magic ring. Excuse me. Okay. After your 6, you're going to go ahead and increase in every stitch. next round, single crochet, and then increase in the next. Now is the part where we get to make the dripped icing look. So we're using a combination of half double crochets and slip stitches, and you can do it in any amount that you want. I just place one or the other in each stitch. So in the first one, I will half double crochet. Now you can place a stitch marker if you'd like. Normally I don't, but it might help you so that you know where you're coming around. So I have one half double crochet. I will half double crochet in the next one and the one after that. I will slip stitch in the next, half double crochet, and then another half double crochet in the next one, and then slip stitch in the next. I will again do 3 half double crochets. So that's my first one, and then in the next one I will do half double crochet and another half double crochet, and it doesn't have to be even. I'll do 4 actually, just to show you. It doesn't really matter unless you prefer it to be even. And then slip stitch in the next, and then 1 half double crochet, and then I'll do another half double crochet in the next one. And that one can be an itty bitty one, so you can slip stitch in the next, and then half double crochet and half double crochet, and then slip stitch into the last one, and then slip stitch into the very first stitch of the round. So that's it, just like that, leaving a fairly long tail so that you can sew it in later. And now we will make the leaves and the berries on top. So go ahead and set this aside and make some leaves. And because this is so teeny tiny, I'm not making leaf shapes. I'm just making little chains to do it. So we're going to place a slip stitch onto our hook. And what I'll do is I'm going to chain 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I'll do 3. And then I will half double crochet into this, the second chain from the hook. So go ahead and do that. And then I will do 3 single crochets into the chain after that. So 1, 2, 3, and working on the other side, you will just need to do 1 half double crochet, just like that. And then I would try to slip stitch into that first half double crochet that you did, just like that. And then it kind of makes a leaf type shape, as you can see right here. So now what we're going to do is we're going to repeat that for a total of 3 leaves without cutting anything. So go ahead and chain 3, and we're going to repeat that same process. So we're going to half double crochet into the second chain from the hook, and then we're going to go into the stitch after that, or the chain after that. We're going to place 3 single crochets into that last one right there. We're going to work around the other side and place 1 half double crochet into the other side of the chain. And it doesn't have to be perfect, you just take your time with it. And then again, we're going to slip stitch into the first half double crochet that we made earlier. So just take your time. This is teeny tiny, tedious work, but totally worth it, because then you won't have to make 3 different leaves and sew them all in, because that can be a little bit of a pain. So now what I like to do is I like to make a third one. So go ahead and 1, 2, 3 again. Repeat the same steps as earlier. So your half double crochet, and then your single crochet, 3 of them into the next, 2 and 3, and then we're going to work around that chain and half double crochet into the next on the other side of the chain. Let's see, just like that. And then make sure you don't lose that yarn. Now we're going to find the first, and of course you can do these leaves separately, but I like it this way. Slip stitch into the first half double crochet that you made and leave a long tail for sewing, just like that. And then later when we put it on, we can just arrange it like this. You can just sew it on like this, and then it looks nice, I think. So go ahead and put this to the side, and let's grab our red yarn. Make sure you flatten these leaves so that they look like leaves, just like that. And then home stretch here, just using our red yarn, we're going to make berries. Now it's similar in the sense that I will not be cutting the berries separately, we're just using it onto the chain. So basically what I will do here is I will chain 1 and 2. Excuse me as I'm trying to, yes, 2 single crochets into the second chain from the hook, just like that. And then you pull that down, and then it looks like a berry already. So now you can do the same thing. You can repeat the same thing. So 1, 2 chains, and then 2 single crochets into the second chain from the hook. Just like that. And then make as many berries as you want. So I've made 2, so I'm going to keep going. So chain 2, 2 single crochets into the second chain from the hook until it's as many as you like. So for me, I have, let's see, I think I'm going to make 5, because I think that looks nice. And so I've made 1, 2, 3, 4, so I'll make 1 more. You really take your time with these because the yarn is so small. Okay, so now I've done that. What I'll do is leave a long tail so that I can sew later. Bring that out. And now we're going to assemble. Okay friends, it's assembly time, so go ahead and grab the cake portion, the leaf portion and icing, as well as the berries that we made earlier. We are going to need the leaves first. Get the shorter long tail from the leaves and place it onto your tapestry needle just like this, placing it into the very center of your icing where the magic ring was, and we're going to secure that with a few knots in the back using the yarn tail from the center of the icing, which is from our magic ring. So go ahead and secure that in your most favorite way. I will just double knot it for now. And then now we are going to arrange these leaves so that they look nice and pretty on top. So go ahead and flatten out your leaves and place them however you like, and then use a series of stitches to secure them into place. So I like it like that, so I will do it right now. So go ahead, and sometimes they can be finicky because they're so small, but you just flatten out the leaves so that they kind of look like leaves. You just need to open it up a little bit, and for me that's pretty good. So I will place them so that they are covering the icing just like so into kind of like thirds, and then you just use a series of stitches to hold it into place. So I'm just, because they are so tiny, you cannot even see where you're sewing, so I just try to do my best and just arrange it just like that. So go ahead and do that. And I think it's just adorable. I've never actually eaten or had Christmas pudding before. I'm very curious to see what it tastes like. I was asking my friend Emma about it, and it sounds delicious, to be honest, so I might try some this year. So now, once you are happy with where it is, you can secure it in place. I will do it after I put the berries on and secure it in place from there. So the same thing with the shorter yarn tail of the berries, I will place it directly to the center of our topping. So go ahead and bring that through, and this is a good time for you to also secure this. So this is nice. I'm also securing the other portion of it. So we're doing the same thing, just arranging the berries in a way that we want. So I'm going to go ahead and place this long tail onto my needle, and then place the berries however you want. As you can see, I have a lot of berries, but I like the way that looks. But you can make less. You make as many as you want or as little as you want. It does not matter. So I have it like this, and then I like the berries to be kind of, standing a little bit so that they look like they're just piled on top. So I like to smush it up like that, and then coming out of the other side, just secure it however you like, and then you just secure it onto the bottom of the icing so that way it stays put. Just like that. And the nice part is, because the bottom of the icing, it doesn't matter what it looks like because you're going to sew it on top. Yeah, just like that. And I think that looks good. So now what we're going to do is we're going to secure all of these ends, and I'm going to do that off camera, and then maybe cut the yarns a little bit after securing everything, so that way these long tails don't show through. So I'll be right back. I also forgot to mention, do not cut the white tail because we need that to sew it in. Okay friends, you must be so excited. We are very, very, very close to finishing this. All we need to do is place this on top of our cake. And there you have it. You see, just like that. And it's so cute. Now if you squish it down just a little bit, it looks a little bit more like the pudding. So go ahead and sew this in on top of your whichever end that you like. It doesn't matter. I'm going to do this end, And just be very careful that you're doing it on the white portion only, so that way it does not show on the bread. So I'm going to just place a couple stitches going in and out of a few stitches to secure it, just like that. And yeah, and then it's complete. Isn't that exciting? It's Christmas season. I'm super excited. Actually, it's not even Christmas season, to be honest. It's only November, but it's never too early to start planning out little decorations, and this would make just adorable little gifts to give to friends that you feel like giving it to. So you can see here, just like that. So you just arrange it however you like. You can also do the edges if you don't want the icing to be sticking up. It's no worries. You just take a few moments to do that. And then you weave in your ends, and I'll meet you back here. So what do you think, friends? I think it's absolutely adorable. It's so small. As you can see, it looks just itty bitty in my hand. If you like this, please leave me a comment letting me know, and if you've made it, please tag me on Instagram at Anniegurumi. And yeah, please subscribe for more tutorials like this. It's a quick one, an easy one, and I am all about the fast and simple amigurumis, because sometimes I don't have a lot of time to make a lot of amigurumi for my friends, and I think sometimes the simple ones are the cutest. So if you enjoyed this, I'll definitely see you in the next video, and I hope everyone has a wonderful holiday season. Many blessings to you, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!